Hello, world, hello, comic book fans. All 6 of you. I know people are leaving the comic book industry in drones now just because it's so ridiculous, really, the way it's been completely taken over by social justice warriors and feminists and progressives. But I've got to talk about this comic book just because it really it plays into what I've just said, how the comic book industry today is dying because there's a consensus of progressive thoughts which is running through all the righteous ideologies in these books. A lot of people don't see it. That's why I do these videos. That's it's called Wacky Raceland #1. Dick Dastardly and Muttley. Yeah, remember them? Yeah, it's an ideology that runs through the comic books. If I talk to the people in my comic book shop about this, they won't see it and they'll brush it off. So that's really dangerous when something's happening, when an ideology is running through all your contemporary fiction, and people don't even really want to see it or talk about it. They just accept it as natural. That's really dangerous. Right, in this comic book here, the progressive ideology is it's not exactly subtle. It begins in the bar with a example of a sexist pig getting beaten up by the feminist icon now, Penelope Pitstop. Of course she's a feminist icon. It's 2016. This is the comic book world of ideological consensus. If you portray a woman and she's young and attractive, she's going to be a badass as well, and she's going to be beating up all the men. Hang on, just flicking through the book here. The story is structured around her. She's the most important thing in the book. Of course she is. She's an attractive young female, the most privileged people who ever walked the face of the earth, and yet they still appear everywhere saying that they're marginalised and they're oppressed. It's a right laugh. It's really good. But there's this guy who says, where is he? Peter Perfect, basically saying to Penelope there, Penelope, look out. And she's, I don't need your help. And you think, oh well, she's crashed. Maybe a woman is actually going to need the help of a man. I can't believe that. Not in a comic book, surely. And then you read on, and you read on, and then you realise, no. Penelope Pitstop does not need the help of the man. It's actually the other way around. The man needs the help of Penelope Pitstop. So she basically rescues him whilst snipping off his balls, like totally emasculating him. You're such an idiot. You always scream. I already regret saving you. Oh, shut up. I'm basically telling him, you're useless. Why do I even bother saving you? Because remember, in comics, women are the best fighters. They're the best engineers. They're the toughest. They're the smartest. They're the bravest. And they don't need no man. That's comic books, right? There's another beautiful part in this comic book. I cannot not talk about this. There's a comic book character in the races, in the Wacky Races, who's transgender. Of course there is. And someone comments on it. They say, where is it? Why a perfectly good man would cut off his junk is beyond my understanding. That seems a reasonable point. But in this comic book, the man who says that is a Nazi. and he's also saying, this world needs a new Reich to cleanse the filth and the misfits from it. So, the message is quite clear there. Great virtue signalling from Mr. Pontac. He's saying, if you don't agree with transgender rights, if you don't think it's perfectly natural to cut your dick off and then declare that you're a woman, then that means that you're a Nazi. No one's going to comment about this. It will just be me. And if I do get any comments, someone will be calling me Adolf Hitler, because I think that cutting your bits off, putting a wig on, and then proclaiming that you're a woman is a bit odd. But in the progressive consensus ideology, transgender people are brave, heroic heroes, not mentally ill people that we should really pity and need to get some medical help before they, psychological help before they really damage themselves and totally destroy their lives. Look at the suicide rates of transgender people. It's fucking sky high because these people are mentally ill and they're being enabled by the left right now. Anyway, the book's short, the book's boring, and it's all. There we go. It's all about empowering women. In 2016, we will never disrespect no woman again. So all the men have been beaten up, emasculated, punched in the face. There's Dick Dastardly getting a punch in the face from Penelope Pitstop for being sexist. It's just a wonderful example of contemporary virtue signaling in a liberal comic book. So the writer, I keep forgetting his name, I won't play any more of his books. I watch out for you, Ken Pontac. I'm watching out for you, Ken. If I see your name on a comic book again, I know that you're a good liberal type who just loves to virtue signal his ass off in comic books. So I'm going to be avoiding your future stuff. But on the progressive virtue signaling scale, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Great job. You've really empowered women, and you've shown those evil, sexist, racist, Nazi white men. That's me. They're evil people who deserve to die. So, nice one. Well done, DC. The world of the progressives in the comic books continues its madness of about 4 people buying the books, and one of them being me, and I don't like it very much. Okay, I need to cut the grass. Take care, everybody. Goodbye. Stay progressive. See ya. Bye.